Hi, welcome to my tutorial on being able to find a percentage of a quantity. We're going to look at three examples here. The first one and the second one are both questions that would come up on the non-calculator paper, and the third one would come up on the calculator paper. First one then, find 15% of 120. We're going to split this up. So we're going to start off and I'm going to find 10% of 120 first. So I'm going to write down 10% of 120. Well, to find 10% is fairly straightforward. 10% is just dividing 120 by 10. So 120 divided by 10 gives me 12. Now I'm going to find 5%. 5% of 120 will be half of what 10% was. 10% is 12, so 5% is going to be half of 12, which is 6. So to find 15%, I'm just going to add these two together. 15% of 120 is going to give me 12, add the 6, which gives me my answer of 18. The second one's very similar. We're going to split it up again. I'm going to start off, I'm going to find 10% of 160. So 10% of 160 is 16. Now I'm going to need to find 30%. Well, 30% is 3 lots of 10%. So I'm going to do 3 times 16, which gives me 48. So now I can write down 30% of 160 is going to give me 48. I need to find 35%, so I need to find the 5% again. 5% of 160 is going to be half of what 10% was. 10% was 18, so 5% will be half of that, which is 8. So now to find 35%, I've just got to add 30% to the 5%, which gives me 35% of 160 as being 56. Okay, EG3. This time we're going to do this on a calculator. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change the 37% into a fraction. 37% as a fraction is just 37 over 100, because if you remember, a percentage is out of 100, so it's 37 out of 100. So we need to find 37 hundredths of 1572. Now, what I can do now is I can turn this fraction into a decimal. 37 divided by 100 gives me 0.37. It's easier to put this in the calculator. And in maths, of always means times. So instead of having the of there, I can do 0.37 times 1572. And once I type this in on the calculator, that's then going to give me my final answer. So if I type this in on the calculator, 0.37 times 1572 equals, it's going to give me an answer of 581.64. So 37% of 1572 is going to give me 581.64.